Can you blimmin' believe it? The DNA Winter Series is now in its 10th anniversary. Woohoo! That's 10 whole years of making carp fishing films at the hardest time of year. Despite the relentless amount of whinging that we do, we still love our carp fishing in the winter months and the challenges that it poses. We cannot wait to get started with the brand new series. To mark the 10th anniversary of this winter series, we have got some very special shows in store for you all. We're going to be visiting some of the venues that we've been fishing the past decade, and we're going to be bringing some old friends along the way.
And I'm back, baby, that's right. A little bit of eye candy for your wives, because let's face it, Moz and Bart, they ain't no eye candy.
Get out of the way, Bones. So if you love your winter fishing just like us, or you like watching myself, Bonesy the Blanker or Bart's Caveman's Hands, then make sure you subscribe to the DNA YouTube channel for this year's 10th anniversary of the winter series. Morning. This is a winter wonderland, isn't it?
It is absolutely stunning, isn't it?
Perfect setting for the first of the 10-year anniversary, I think. Unbelievable. So we're at the Boathouse Fishery. Now, we actually got here yesterday, but it rained and rained and rained, so trying to film in that sort of weather,
it just don't happen, does it?
it's always difficult this time of year anyway. But the fact that we've managed to get 10, I was saying to you yesterday, like 10 series.
It's probably one of the longest standing series on YouTube, isn't it? It's got to be. Got to be.
And we somehow managed to pull it out the bag for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And,
it's going to be a big call.
It will be a big call, but this is real. It
does
do
bites,
snow
doesn't it?
bites. Yeah, it does do. This is probably the venue I've seen the most amount of snow carp from, to be honest. Yeah. So I am hopeful.
We're always hopeful.
Yeah, always hopeful. So
and it's nice, we're cosy, we're enjoying ourselves. You know,
well, I wouldn't go that far.
Hey, I'm warm, kid.
That Lidl's job.
It's keeping me cosy, that is.
Yeah, lovely job.
But now we'll get it going, won't we? And you know, at the end of the day, when it's like this, it's as enjoyable as it is any other time of year. So.
Right, okay, so let's probably get in our swims and tell everyone what we're actually up to, what we're doing sort of fishing wise as such. Now I did hear a few last night out in front of me, so I'm still quite hopeful this morning of a bite or two. So let's hope that.
Yeah, well, we've added Nick this year, haven't we? Obviously, we're doing a revisited. This is revisited.
Yeah,
Coming back to it, and we've gone in the same swims we were in before to make it proper revisited.
Yeah.
But this year we've added Nick, haven't we?
We have.
Because it helps us, these small fisheries, having an extra angler on to try and push the fish around, because otherwise, me and Moz being on this side, them fish are just going to go over the other side and just go bye.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've added Nick, haven't we? So we've got Nicky Davis.
Yep.
Is over there. He's sort of a replacement for Bart. He's a shorter, larger version of a ginger Bart, isn't he? We'll call him Bart Dad.
Yeah.
In fact, we'll call him Homer. Makes you Marge. But yeah, so we've added on Nicky Davis. He's over there. We'll give him a wave. Come on, Nick.
He's waving back.
Yeah. Come on. Let's get ourselves sorted. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a rechuck of my rods anyway.
Yeah.
But you go and have a little chat with him and
Okay,
explain what you're doing, and then I'll explain what I'm doing, and
Wicked.
hopefully we can snag one.
Yeah, let's hope so, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard though.
It's always hard.
I'll get back in the small.
Always hard.
So we are proper winter series. Just a quick rundown on what I did when we arrived last night. Did see a couple of fish showing out in the middle. It was one of those, I didn't want to try and cause too much disturbance. Small lakes tends to be when you cast towards them a lot, they just push away from the pressure. So I flicked a zig out. You're allowed one zig here in the winter, depending on how busy the lake is. It will allow you two, but I've only got one out. Put one of those on 3 foot, and then I've got 2 solids. Just wanted to try and nick a bite really. I don't feel like you're going to get a big hit of fish with the weather the way it is. Obviously there's a lot of cold water going in this lake. So I'm just trying to nick a bite. I've used the beta stim pellet. Now at this time of year those beta stim pellets have got less oil in than the crayfish mini mix, so I'd sort of avoid any sort of mixes with the crayfish mini mix at this time of year, because there's so much oil in them pellets that it's just not, they're not going to break down that quick, whereas the beta stim ones have got a much higher percentage of low oil pellets. There's still a few darker ones in there which are high oil, but it's nowhere near as oily as the crayfish mini mix. So I just feel that when you go and you see the match anglers with the method feeders, they always use a low oil pellet in the winter because it breaks down so much quicker, and the fish get a lot more attraction from it than what you would do from the high oil pellet. So just 2 simple solid bags, little wafters in there, and I'm just going to keep moving them around. Obviously it makes it very difficult in this weather to be doing anything because it is very, very cold, but that's winter fishing, and we're always out here to try, and all I want to see is one of us to catch fish in this weather, and we'd have a great start to the 10th year of the winter series.
We've decided to go back into the swims that we fished the last time we were here. I think it was about 3, maybe 4 years ago. So I'm in sluices, Bonesy's in, can't remember, he'll tell you that. But what I'm doing at the minute is I've got 3 pinks out there. So I've got 3 pink perils out at the moment, just on D-rigs, with a tiny cluster of maggots on each one. So I'm using just little 10 millers, and I've got 3 different spots. Now the fish are sort of out in the middle. That seems to be where they've been congregating at the moment. But last night they definitely moved out in front of me. So I'm sort of hopeful that something might happen this morning. Now I'm fishing with just little mesh bags of 8mm switches. So I've got about 10 8mm in a mesh bag on all 3 rods. So just fishing for a bite at the moment. Traps are all set. I'm still hopeful this morning. Now on one of the rods, the left-hand rod, I put 3 spoms out there as well, and I'm gonna top that back up this morning. And again, just putting 3 little midi spoms out there with 8mm switch inside the spom as well. So that's my opening gambit for this trip. Now, I'm really, really hopeful that one of these will go. I think we will get a bite whilst we're here, to be honest. I just hope that the snow's still here when that happens.
I had visions in my head when that went off. Snow carp,
Yeah.
caught one.
And then I heard your alarm go and I'm like, there's no way he is actually playing a carp. This, which would have been your first ever carp on the winter series, no? Because you've had bream, you've had pike.
I catch
you've had
everything that I'm
roach.
not allowed to catch.
What's that you got in the end there?
That's a perch.
Oh, for God's sake, Bo.
Didn't get hold of him. Hey Arvin, look at that bad boy. I've never blanked on a winter series, but I still haven't caught a carp on one. Yeah, go on the perch. Off she goes. God, that water feels warm in comparison to the outside. So I'm going to be chucking out a zig. You're only allowed one on here, and it's only allowed on the winter ticket, which they are currently in. Now John's obviously allowed us to fish the fishery while the winter ticket's running. Doesn't tend to get that busy in the week, so we're quite fortunate in that respect, but he does allow one zig in the winter per angler. So I've put one zig out at 3 foot, and then the other one's just going to be solid bags. Now I'm not going to go crazy. I don't want to put a lot of bait out, but the way the weather is at the minute with this snow and that, I don't think they're going to be looking for a lot of food. It's going to be an opportune moment, an opportune bite. So what is better than a solid bag? Very simple. You all know it. 4-inch braided rig. I've got a size 6 Klinger SP hook there. A little bit of shrink tubing just to create a bit more of a kick, and then a little bit of hook silicone just to hold it opposite the barb, and then my favoured PB wafter. I do love PB wafters. Tend to use these in pretty much all my fishing when it comes to bag fishing, except if I'm fishing over sweet corn. I like to swap it over to an orange Fruitilicious, because I think the Fruitilicious just stands out a little bit better on a bed of corn. You know, it can get you a quicker bite. You watch someone will make a video on that soon saying, oh, I always fish orange over sweet corn. But there we go. So that's my rig. Simple inline lead onto lead core, so I can have some bags ready tied up. You can see in my bag here, got some bags tied up. That one's actually got an orange in. Look, I can see that. That's ready there for if I was fishing over some corn. But for this trip, I'm going to be using the Beta Stim pellet. Now, the reason I use the Beta Stim pellet is because it's a lot lower oil content, and at this time of the year, you don't want those high oil pellets from the mini mix. They don't break down as quick. I don't bother mixing them. Why would you mix these pellets with other pellets? Because then if it needed to be mixed, then the guys at DNA would have mixed it. They've made this mix specifically as a low oil mix, perfect for bags at this time of year. So I'm just going to tie up a little bag, dead simple. I use a small PVA bag. You know, if you haven't tied bags before, there's loads of videos about to show you how to do them. A little bit of pellet in there, nice and easy. Take the rig, drop my wafter in, if I can get it in the hole. I normally can. Anyway, hold the lead between my fingers, and then I'll just work it. And I want the wafter there with the hook just laying perfect. A little bit more pellet just to make sure the hook point's covered before I drop the lead in. Drop the lead in, straight between my fingers. Bit more pellet over the top. Now I'm not casting mega range here, so it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. Give it a shake, and then what I'm going to do is just twist the bag and start tapping it. And what that's going to do is just knock them pellets all the way down, get it nice and tight, give it a twist up. Now, one thing I have done, which is a little bit different, is I haven't made any holes in the bag. The reason I haven't is because there's a little bit of air in there, which actually makes the bag slightly lighter. Now, I know the Boathouse fishery does have quite a lot of debris on the bottom. There's a lot of dead weed down there. There's a lot of silkweed down there. So I want to make this bag as light as possible, so it just settles on top of it and presents itself nicely. Once I've done that, a little bit of PVA tape, round 3 times. You can see I've done this once or twice. Over our knot. Normally do 2 or 3 of them. That's just going to hold the top of the bag together. Now, you can do the lick and stick. You just twist it and lick and stick using a stem. But to be honest with you, I've started panicking a little bit about using stems, that they stick up off the bottom. So I've gone back to lead core. Trim off those bits. Little slice down the edge. Pull the lead core through. Trim off the top of the bag. And then I'll just lick and stick the corners. Now, the bag feels slightly baggier when you haven't took the air out, but in my opinion, and it is my opinion, it will make the bag slightly lighter because of the air in there, which I just feel won't sink into things quite as much. Remember, this is my opinion. Probably get a million people commenting saying, oh, I want to do that. But anyway, there's my little solid bag. That's what I'm going to chuck out, and I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully Mr. Carp in the Boathouse Fishery is going to find my solid bag and my PB and give us a bite in the snow.
Just having a little bit of a change up there. Now, somewhere out here last night I heard them, and I would like to hazard a guess it was more to the right of the swim than it was dead out in front. Now, this is the deepest area of the lake to the right of this swim, and you've got about 9s, maybe even 10 foot at the moment, with the water being up so much. And I've not really got one out there. I fished all 3 rods out in front. The one I was least confident in was the right hand rod, so I'm going to move that over now. So Nick's part of the winter ticket here, and he's had a bite from out in front of the swim that's opposite, only at 9 wraps. So we put the marker float up out there. I've cast with my normal fishing rod from here and wrapped it up, and it's 14 wraps from here. So that's the plan. I'm just going to change my rig as well. I had D rigs on all 3 rods, but I'm just going to put a pink peril 14-15 miller out there with a tiny bunch of maggots on top. There's only 4 maggots on top of that, just on a Ronnie rig, and I've spommed out 3 spoms worth of 8mm switch over the top. So that's the plan, just a little cluster of bait out there. That's sat over the top in the hope that that's what gets us a snow carp, because I don't know how long this snow's going to last for. It's just about to finish now, we believe. And yeah, I really want to get one before it all melts. So hopefully that's the setup that does the do for me.
Oh, not a lot happening, mate, is there?
Not a lot happening, no, but there is plenty of them about though, isn't there?
It's mad that they're in that shallow water in front of Nick.
Yeah, crazy.
Which is what, 3 foot, 4 foot in front of him?
Yeah, if that in places, but there's a lot of fish out there at the moment. I would say, well, I'm almost adamant that the whole stock of the lake is out there.
Yeah, I'm surprised Nick hasn't had a bite, to be honest with you.
Crazy, but I mean, there's nowhere obviously for me to move anyway.
No.
I could have gone opposite, which
I
I
don't
was
think it'd have made
contemplating
any
today,
difference.
but they turned up in front of me last night, so I'm in the mindset that they're probably spending their day out here to the left of you, and then
yeah, they're just above that
drifting.
weed, aren't they? It's really bizarre. You think with this
Yeah.
amount of snow going in the water, that cold water's dropping through, but then it will move into the deeper water, won't it? So, you know, it's just, I've seen them stick their nuts out a few times, and they're just right over the big beds of weed, and you just can't, it's like, oh God. I'm in a good spot, my spot's nice and clear, and I keep changing my bags and stuff, but obviously I had that perch. It's just like, wow, I can come on these series and catch nothing but every species that we don't want to catch.
Have you had an eel yet? I think
No, I haven't had an eel. I think an eel's the next
yet.
one, isn't it? I'll have an eel
I've
next.
had them all.
We'll keep plugging away though. I know one thing, that northerly wind's just picked up a bit, and God, it's gone proper bitter, hasn't it? This is proper winter fishing.
Yeah, it is, mate.
Which is mad, because last week we were in double figures, and now we're in zeros.
Well, back
and
at
ones.
home at the minute, it's actually 12 degrees where I live.
Is it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's warm.
We are a bit high up here, to be fair, and I think we're on 1 degree all day today, and tonight we're dropping to -2s. But
yeah,
I mean, it's known for doing fish in the snow, isn't it? So
yeah, mate.
you know, what can we do? We just got to wait it out a little bit. We've had a switch around and tried a zig and tried a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Tried a bit of bait, and
I'm
just got to
hopeful
wait.
for tonight.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that they're going to move out of this shallow water and end up in front of us a bit more. So
Yeah, I'm going to get in the bag. I think my feet are so cold.
it is freezing.
Yeah,
It is
really cold.
freezing.
We'll keep
Welcome
plugging
to the
away,
winter
mate.
series.
If not, we've had a nice couple of days together. You know.
I've hardly seen one.
If we
Now.
have-
We've been huddled up in our sleeping bags, all of
We
us.
haven't seen, yesterday we didn't see each other because it rained all day.
Rained all day.
It snowed all morning, so we've all stayed in our bivvies, and
Yeah.
it's that cold now. Everyone wants to get in their sleeping bags.
I
That's
still
winter
feel
fishing,
there's a
though,
bite in it, though. I do still feel like there's a bite in it.
Yeah,
for sure.
there is a bite in it.
God, I'd
Yeah,
love
there
to
is
get
bite
one
in
with
it.
this snow still on the ground.
Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We've got so much snow on top of my bivvy, I think I'm going to have to brush it off. Looks
I'm
like
keeping
something else.
mine because I'm thinking it will have an igloo effect.
I know, yeah, that's
might
true.
keep me a bit warmer. So.
Yeah, there's not a lot happening though.
No.
I've got my hot water bottle in here.
Yeah.
Right,
Schoolboy,
getting-
I forgot mine.
I'm going to get into bed. Wake me up when we get a fish.
All right.
in a mess. Oh, you know, this has been a tough old session. Oh, but finally, on this last morning, got a bite. And this don't feel like it's a perch, but I am a bit, I've just caught that rod. And now I've caught this one, so let's get underneath there. I ain't making them pretty again. Get this bloody fish in the net. Come on, be a boathouse carp. You watch it be a pike or something. No, it's a carp. Oh, the net's frozen. Oh, my hands are cold. Come on. Oh, I've never been so nervous playing a fish in my life. Come on. Let's get you up. Oh, nervous. All this hard work.
It's not like the whole shoot depends on it.
Shut up, Vinny. There she is. Don't you get wrapped up in that rod. Oh, come on. Come on, let's get some air in here. God, those landing nets are soft. Come on. Oh, that wind's cold, isn't it?
Freezing.
Oh, she's got to be done. She's done. Come on. Come on, baby. Oh, those landing nets. A week, yeah! Oh, thank God for that. Oh, God, I'm cold. Oh, Boathouse bad boy. Oh, cold hands. Oh, yes, yes. Come on. Whew. Oh, I'm proper buzzing. Oh, she's a nice one as well. Look at that. Oh, she's a nice fish. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yes. Yes, the Boathouse.
He's actually caught something.
You know what, Mars? Every time we do one of these, I try to make you look good by letting you catch, but you'd left it so long this time, I had to nab one just to save the shoot.
Well done, mate. What a setting to catch one in as well.
I tell you what, it's not often you get the opportunity to have a fish in this sort of weather.
No, mate, definitely not special.
It's hard work at the best of times, but you know, snow carp are. It's one of those things I was saying to Vin earlier that it's not often you get a lot of snow in this country, so to be out in it and get one is proper nice.
Unreal.
So I'm just making up the hot water bottle ready for handling it, so I can warm my hands up again afterwards.
Oh, well done, mate.
And yeah, we'll get out. But yeah, I'm proper pleased with that, mate.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Proper pleased. Yeah, it's nice to have. It's nice to have nabbed one.
Oh, lovely jubbly.
At least shows you can still catch them in this weather.
Yeah, definite.
Oh God.
Lovely jubbly.
Right, I need to get jackets on and we'll get this fish out and have a look, shall we? Oh, proper buzzing to have a fish. But something that I'm not doing that Vinny's just said, why are you not putting the rod back out? And the reason is I've got another rod in the same sort of area. They're probably 6-8 foot apart, you know, they're not miles apart. But I find the fish in these small waters, especially here, and I've fished it a few times now, that when you see the fish in front of you and you sort of cast to the area, they stop showing in front of you and they start showing somewhere else where they just literally straight away drift away. So I think my best chance of another bite, although we've only got a little bit of time left till we pack up, is not to re-chuck in that area, because I know the other one's presented, I know it's sat there, I know that if I re-chuck there's a good chance I'm going to push the fish away from me. So I've got one in the net, happy days, but I'm not going to re-chuck over the top of it, because I sometimes feel, especially on small waters, that they know you're here and any sort of commotion is going to push them away. So I'm going to leave the other one out and hopefully, you never know, might be able to get one for Moz to hold. 10 years of the winter series, and the first one of this year. It shows it's true winter. We've had a load of snow, and I've had my very first snow carp. Look at that, a beautiful Boathouse mirror, 25.5, and I'm so happy to have finally got one. It's been a tough old session with this snow. We've got bitterly winds, but this has gone off this morning. Solid bag with those beta stim mini mix in. You know, the low oil really does make a difference, I think, at this time of year. My favourite little PB wafter, and she has saved the session. I'm very, very happy. Come on, the winter series, 10 years, baby.
That's the end of that then, mate.
And there's part of me, Moz, that's very pleased.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I just want to get warm. Winter fishing isn't the easiest thing to do at the best of times, but snow on the ground always makes it harder. But getting the snow carp, I'm well.
Mate, amazing. Well done. Yeah,
really
well
pleased
done. I'd have loved to have caught one this trip, definitely. Gutted I haven't.
I'm surprised we never got another one. I mean, the place is well known for doing a snowfish, not lots of fish, but you know, it's been quite difficult. I mean, we've got northerly winds blowing right into our faces.
Yeah.
We've had snow on the ground. It's -2 last night. I think they got -5 tonight, so I'm glad we're not staying tonight. But yeah, another successful winter series.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, well done. Yeah, so
you.
pulled it out of the bag this time. It's only taken you 10 years, but you know.
I've only filmed 3 winter series.
Oh, here we go.
One was on here, and then we did that one that was, we were at Farlow's, weren't we? Had a bream.
Yeah, that snowed then as well, didn't it?
Didn't it?
It did snow then, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're the only ones
savage.
brave enough to do a winter series.
Madness, mate, madness. But I've enjoyed it all the same,
Yeah,
as we
definitely.
always do. You know, it's nice when you can look back on the series at the end of it all and think, I'm glad that we put the effort in. You know,
you do, don't you? You get here and then the snow turns up and you're like, oh my God, I'm so cold. But then at the end when you've got something, you're like, yeah, that was well worth it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, man.
time to get the frozen, snow-filled gear in the vans, isn't it?
Yeah, mate, exactly that. Well, we
Get over
hope
for a
you've
shower.
enjoyed this show, and don't forget to
Choose what? Subscribe.
subscribe. Don't forget to
Don't
subscribe
forget to subscribe
to the
DNA.
DNA YouTube channel, and don't forget it's the 10th anniversary this year, so we've got some amazing shows lined up for you all. Welcome along to part 2 of the winter series then, and you've probably guessed where we are. If you haven't, we are at Mill Lodge Retreat. Now this is the venue when we were last here on the winter series, because we're obviously going back to the places that we've been to in the past for the 10th anniversary. This was where I filmed the beloved Ian McMillan, and Nick Davies was there with this one, but this time round you got your beautiful
I get the
self,
pleasure of
Ollie.
your company, don't I?
You do,
So,
yeah.
yes.
First thoughts, your first time here?
Mega. It's a cool
Cool,
place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what? When the guys at the office said, do you want to come along for a winter series? You can choose, can't remember where it was, or here. I was like, I'll come here, thanks. Because you get one of these lovely cabins. So,
Yeah.
and we are really spoilt here, aren't we?
Yeah,
so,
you are. Yeah, it's lovely. They put the food here is amazing, the fishing's amazing, and the accommodation is second to none. It's
I
lovely.
can't wait to wet a line as well. Already seen a couple, haven't we? Which is a good start.
Yeah, which is ideal. The weather, like recently, has been horrendous, as it always is, obviously, with the winter series. But I think if you could choose winter weather at the moment, this would be it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we've got a bit of low pressure, haven't we? We've got, although the wind's really cold, it still feels all right, doesn't it? We've got a bit of sunshine, bit of warmth. I think it feels good for it.
It does feel good. I think this is the best it's felt winter-wise for myself going now, because the last few trips have been absolutely horrendous for me, and I'm yet to actually catch one in 2025 at the moment. I've been out twice, so
Oh dear.
I'm
right,
hoping,
we need to change that then, don't we?
I'm hoping that's going to swing round this trip. So you're in pod 5, is it?
I think so, 5.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So our ideas, wasn't it? The 2 fish we've seen are sort of in these 2 channels. We've got an island up the far end, and the 2 we've seen at either side. So there is a pod in the corner, there's 2 pods in the corner, but we're sort of thinking, If there are fish down there, we'll leave them there. I'm in 5, I don't know what number yours is, but we're basically on the edge of the island, and I think we're just sort of
going to
fish
sort
that
of almost
zone.
trap them in there as such, but obviously there's going to be opportunities where we can go down there and fish for them, but I think obviously getting on top of them and fishing it, although even for the winter you would normally do that, but I think because it's so shallow down there, they will no doubt move out of there and end up sort of in front of these 2 pods that we've chosen.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it is quiet this week, isn't it? So we've got the option to nip down there and have a little go if we want to, or
because there's only one other person on there down.
They're
in
right in the
pot 2,
corner,
right in the bottom corner there. So we've got plenty of options if anything sort of happens. Well, something should happen throughout this trip. I would like to think so.
I think fish have been caught here recently as well, so it has done fish. It's not like really shut up shop like some other venues have. So I think we've got a good chance.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Right, I'm eager to get some rods out. So
I think let's start getting set up and get a bit of bait in the water. I think.
Pond. Yeah, definitely. Cool. So my opening gambit then for this trip is 3 Ronnies, 2 of which are on milky malts, and I've got a pink out there as well. And then, sorry, I'm trying to multitask here, which isn't the easiest of things to do when you're a man. And yeah, I'm just gonna pole them out just underneath this willow that's in front of me here that I spoke about at the start. And yeah, I'm going to fish 2 out there, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with the other one. Maybe fish this margin or something like that. So yeah, all I'm using bait wise is just some 8mm switch, 8mm bugs, and some 12mm as well. And that's just put into the spoon. And like I say, I'm just going to ship it out under this tree here. Now, it's a little bit difficult to cast in this swim, hence the pole. So, right. I've got the deeper attached as well so that I can see the marginal shelf. But yeah, with this wind and these poles, it's not the easiest thing to do in the world. So what have I got there? 5 foot, so it is already coming up there. Right, okay, so bombs away. Right, so I'm fishing with backing leads on this just because we're quite close to that tree. I want a fairly tight line to it. So yeah, slider backing lead out. Okay.
Right, well, I'm just about to start setting my rods out, and I've sort of been watching the water and trying to hatch out a bit of a plan. Now, I've obviously got a load of open water in front of me, and what's obvious and what Barry, the owner, has said to us is a lot of the guys fish to the far side. You've got a nice deep margin over there, loads of overhanging trees during the spring and summer. So I'm going to sort of pick an area that I think I can probably get to, and to be honest, if I can find something clean, I think I'm just going to bait it from the far side rather than spodding it up. You know, it's a small lake. I'm not sure how they're going to react to spodding. Sometimes it can kill it. So that'll be one area. Whether I put 1 or 2 rods on it, I'm not sure yet. And the other one, I've got the channel to this side, down my right-hand side here, which is normally fishable from the pod next door. Again, because we've got a bit of space, we've not got anyone else here at the minute. I can sort of send one down there. So I can sort of stand on this bank here, ship one under the willow. And I've got, he mentioned there's a hole along this margin on the island. So I can either find that or I can try and go a little bit further. So I want to have a little look at that. So maybe 1 or 2 rods down there, small bit of bait, just sort of dropping them with a pole, nice little patch of bait, little setting a trap. And then I'll have like a main baited zone out here so that I can kind of move the rods around. Now, I'm going to fish like semi-slack lines and try and get liners because I want to try and gauge whether they're down there or whether they're out here. Once I start getting indication of where I think the fish are, I'll start moving some stuff around. But for now, I think I'm going to start leading up out there, because these rods should hopefully be quite straightforward to put out. So let's get a mark rod out. What I will also do before I go too mad is I'm going to take another rod over there with the lead on it once I pop the float up when I find an area, and I can just check it from the other side. Yes, it gets a nice drop there. So there's like a post leaning out the ground. That's lovely. I think that's the one there. Yeah, get a nice bit of drop. Feels like a good bit of depth. Probably say it's about a rod length off of that bank by the look of it, but I won't know for certain until I get round there. Right, so I found my first spot on that far side. Leading around, I've gone really tight to the margin, and it was quite shallow. So I sort of pulled it off and then felt it drop down, sort of almost like the bottom of the shelf. Lovely little clean area, really obvious horizon marker as well. And actually, when I go around the far side, there's a lovely little platform that is a perfect sort of eye marker for when I'm baiting then. So found the spot, popped the float up, it was 6 foot, and I've gone around the other side, and what I've done is got like a grappling lead on my spod rod, and I've just lowered the lead in around it. Rather than me sending leads from here all the time, I could just lower it in over the top, and it's really clean around it. If I come any shorter, you could feel the lead coming up a shelf. Where I am at the 6 foot, it's nice and flat, and then it sort of drops again into some really soft sort of crappy stuff. There's like leaves and all sorts that I'm picking up all around that zone. It's nice and firm. It's not gravel. You're not really feeling it plug. It's almost like sand, so it's clearly been fed on at some point. So I may put 2 rods on it yet. Not too sure. I still want to investigate that area, but I'm going to get a rig on it now, so I'm fishing. I've got a rod out. I've gone round, I've baited it by hand, just a little bit of 8mm bug, some crayfish mini mix and some bug pellet and that. Just chuck that over the top. And then I'm going to do the same over this other side. I'm going to probably ship the pole out and just try and sort of set a trap down there. And the third rod, whether I chuck it on there or down there, I'm not sure yet, but let's start fishing anyway.
Well, there we have it. 24 pounds of Mill Lodge Retreat linear, broken linear, but a much needed linear, that's for sure. It's nice to finally get off the mark in 2025. I've had a couple of trips this year already, and they've been a real struggle because the weather's not been great. But now we've got this pressure in at the moment. It's lovely, low pressure. It's got me this one with only a few hours fishing as well. 8mm and 12mm bugs, along with a few 8mm switch as well. Over that Milky Malt Ronnie. Done the do within a few hours. Wicked. Right, let's get him back, get the rod back out there. Bird's diving on me, which isn't ideal. We'll scare him off and get the rod back out. Put him back first, though, eh? Oh, wicked. There we go. Back to your freezing cold, very lovely pond. Oh, how graceful. Nice, nice. 20 pounder. Kick things off with. Hopefully a 30 next day. Cool. That's a nice way to start the morning.
Not bad, is it? Well, you drop in here,
Well,
you
for
get
me.
yourself in the flyer. The least
Oh,
you
here
can do
we
is let me
go
hold
again.
one.
Oh, look, I've had enough of this from Hut Island. Stop banging on about it.
All right.
No, that's
Well done, mate.
Yeah, no, cheers. Thanks for coming along and holding the fish for me.
So where did these ones come from?
Well, that one there is down from the edge, down to my left-hand side, which
Yep.
is ideal because I've always struggled to find a sort of second spot in this swim. So now that one's gone, I'm buzzing about that. And then this one was back off the island again, just out in front. So
Yeah, you clearly got a nice pod of fish out there.
yeah, I
Hopefully
think
those
so,
keep
mate.
going.
I think it's mad that they're obviously in shallow water because with winter, a lot of people tend to think that they just go head to the deepest bit and stay there. But
Yeah.
obviously this is the shallow end of the lake and this is where I'm getting my bites from. So
Well, I think I might take a little mooch up that top end,
got to be
a
done,
bit
mate.
further up the island. There's clearly
Yeah.
a few fish up here, isn't there?
Yeah,
So
mate, definitely.
happy
Wicked.
days, mate.
Right, very nice. All right, let's get these photographed and slip back.
Awesome.
You're gonna hold it for a photo as well, yeah? Of course you are.
Well, don't know if I'll go that far.
Yeah. Wicked. Oh, just enjoying my third cup of tea this morning then. Mega hectic this morning, which is wicked, especially for January, because like I've elaborated earlier on, it's been a tough start to this winter series, and especially with Bonesy actually catching one and me not getting anything, that is mega tough. That's a bitter pill to swallow, that. It's taken him 10 years to catch a carp. Anyway, I've just finished a beautiful sausage, egg and bacon baguette. Bacon cooked to perfection, proper sausages as well. Absolutely lovely on a soft baguette. Luxury it is here. Honestly, the food is off the chain. Last night I had a chicken burger with dirty fries and it was to die for. So yeah, really enjoy the food when coming here, and obviously enjoy these pods, especially with it being the time of year. It's perfect place to be bringing your kids, bringing the missus, that little bit of a getaway. You've got hot tubs in every single one of the pods. You've got fire pits in all of them as well. The guys will provide logs for the fire pits. You've got heating in here. You've got fully stocked mini fridge. You've got a TV, double bed, bunk beds. Honestly, it is absolutely wicked here, and I do love coming here as well. And Barry and the guys that work here, they can't do enough for you. So if there's anything that you need whenever you come here as well, just speak up, because them guys would do whatever they can to help you out. So, and the fishing is amazing, which you've seen already. We've only been here 24 hours. I've had 3 bites from absolute worldies, and yeah, what more can you ask for a fishing trip any time of the year, but especially in January, of course. So Ollie's moved now. He's gone in the pod the other end of the island, which is a good move, to be honest, because he's sort of been fishing out in this open water area. We've got another guy up the end, and one of the bailiffs fished in pod 1, I believe it is. Nothing seems to be happening out in that open water section. It seems to obviously be out in front of me, which is this shallow water. Now 4 foot seems to be the kill zone, so I've said to Ollie, like, anything you can sort of find around the 4 foot depth seems to be where they like to be feeding at the minute. Like, I've had bites from the spot out in front, and the spot down to my left hand side, that's 4 foot as well. So that seems to be the zone that the fish are happy in at the moment. And yeah, we've got the weather on our side a little bit, really, because the pressure's dropped. A lot of my fishing is done on the pressure rather than the moon, the weather, this, that and the other. You know, I think when you get that pressure drop, 9 times out of 10, that's when the fishing's good, no matter what time of year it is. So, oh, cheers to that. Few bites on the winter series. What more could you ask for?
Right, I've now made my move. I'm now all set up, ready to go in pod 7, I think it is. I've got Mozza straight in front of me over there, and I'm sort of tucked up right out the way, right in that top end around the back of the island. So there was definitely fish activity up here because I was getting liners on the channel, which is over my left hand shoulder here, and I had 2 rods up there, so I can now fish it with a different line angle. Hopefully I can try and nick something up there, and there's definitely some opportunities up here, I reckon. So before I get these rods out, right, so now is as good a time as any to just chat about the bait that I've been putting out. Now, I'm not using a lot of bait. I don't tend to use loads of bait on these winter trips, so I've not really changed an awful lot either. So if any of you guys have watched the Bramble Mere episodes, the Blue Pool episodes, it's a very similar mix in that. So in this bucket here, I've just mixed up a small amount at home. I've got some crayfish mini mix. This time around I've got some bug pellet in there, which usually I'd use crayfish maxi mix, but only because I didn't prepare myself and I thought I had some and I didn't. So I've just got a bit of bug pellet in there. I've got some 15mm bug that I've doused with a little bit of Calanus Hydro and then let that soak for a couple of days, and then on top of that I just give it a little dusting of the insect meal, and that's gone in there. And then that's pretty much it. The only other thing I've got in there is some of those 8mm, because in the winter 8mm are absolutely mega. I love these little boilies. So I've just got a few handfuls of those in there as well. And that's pretty much it really, so nothing too special. I just get a couple of handfuls in there. When you imagine you're dropping it out with a baiting pole or you're throwing it in by hand, you're getting a nice little spread. Don't want to be filling it in because they're not really moving around much. They're not going to be feeding tons. But that, you know, it's going to be more than enough to hopefully nick a bite. Now, it's not obviously done me the do yet, but I've got every bit of faith that it's going to do me a bite in this swim. So I'm going to get some rods out, get fishing, try and get away from this rain.
Our right hander's gone again. We have a lovely scaly one. Come on in, you. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, me back and leg's just fallen off. Oh no. You didn't like the look of the net then? Oh dear. Right. Come on in. In you come. In you come. Let's put the back wind on and get a rod behind my head. Come here, you. Come here, you. Yeah, got him. Lovely jubbly. Salted. He is a pretty one. That will definitely do for a lunchtime bite. Now Ollie's moved into the zone as well. He's seen some fizzing over there, so I'm sure it won't be long before he's got one of these freezing cold carp in his hands. The water is so cold here at the minute. I'm surprised, is he gonna stay? Stay. I'm surprised it's not even got a lid on it at the moment because the water's that cold, but we've still got that weather on our side, I guess, at the minute. But yeah, that is a lovely carp. So get that rod back out there. Another handful of switch and bug 8mm with them 12mm as well. Doing the do. Wicked. Oh, I love the winter fishing when it goes like this. It's not very often though. Thank you, fish.
Right, I've been chatting to Moz earlier, thinking he's been fishing with pop-ups and getting bites, and I'm sort of fishing hard on the deck. So I've come around to tie up a few pop-up rigs, and I'm halfway through tying my second rig, and my middle rod that I dropped earlier underneath the willow was gone. So yeah, talk about being in the right place, makes all the difference, doesn't it? I'm probably only really 30 yards round the bank from where I was earlier, last night, sorry. And it's taken probably a couple of hours, liners and all 3 rods, and this is the first one to go. Happy days, let's just try and get him in the net, save this blank. He don't want to come in, does he? There we go. Pressure's off. I'm not going to lie, I did start to worry this morning when I woke up, found out he'd had 3 and I'd had none. I was like, oh, the old bum starts going, but that move's definitely paid off. Well happy now, I've caught. I can get that rod back out now and I feel every bit of confidence that I could get another one as well. Well, the pressure is well and truly off for me now in the new swim. We're about halfway through our trip now, and I've got this lovely, lovely mirror to thank for my efforts. So there's every chance as well, I think we could get another couple of bites out of this swim. The coots are still diving on that spot, but every time the coots were there, my liners stopped. And then every time the coots left, the liners started. So I need to try and find a way of keeping them coots away if I want to try and string a few bites together. Got my left-hander down this channel as well, that's doing liners. So hopefully the other rods go as well and we can try and find a bigger brother or sister from one of these. But wicked, great to be off the mark. Happy days. I think it's fair to say I've found where they are. Middle rod. I haven't even reached up the left-hander yet. I was just sharpening up the hook to chuck it out and the middle rod's gone again. So there's clearly a few fish out there. I've just seen it as well, it's a proper nice scaly one. Big old mouth on him. straight in. Wicked. Fish number 3. We'll check him out. Lovely, lovely scaly mirror. Now it's on that middle rod again. I hadn't even finished putting out the left-hand rod. Hadn't even got the rod out, and this one had gone. So that was less than 10 minutes, and it had gone again. Does seem to have quietened off now. Rods are all out. They're settled. I have had liners on the middle rod again, but I'll give it a couple more hours, and I'll probably rechuck them before last light. But what a carp this is! Probably low 20s, I reckon. Just over 20 pound. But wicked. Biggest one of the trip yet, and hopefully we can get one more slightly bigger. Be nice to have one bigger than Moz. Brilliant. Beautiful. Look at them scales. Lovely fish, that. Come on, Moz, one more and I'll draw him with you. Pull your finger out, mate.
Oh, well, Ollie's just had a flurry of action. It sort of went quiet for me for some reason for the last couple of hours. Not that you can always say that, obviously, in winter, that your swim's gone quiet for a couple of hours, but yeah, we're definitely saying it this trip because we're both now getting bites, which is ideal. And yeah, the middle rod's busted off. That's the one under the willow. I've only had the one bite from down the edge here to the left. But yeah, it's great fun all the same, definitely. Like I say, nice to be getting bites and not sort of having to put a lot of bait in either. So yeah, it just makes the fishing a little bit easier when you're just putting that little bit of bait into a spoon, you know. So right, here we go. He's coming under the rod tip here. There he is down there, lovely scaly carp. Yeah, feisty one. Yeah, feisty one. Oh, it's lovely though. It's lovely. Right, in you come. Great, lovely. Nice. Yeah, he's gorgeous, isn't he? That is a nice carp. Fish number 5. Lovely block of ice as well. Not that I'm complaining, of course, because we've got a nice, lovely warm cabin to warm your hands up in. But loving this fishing at the minute. And look at that for a carp. That is an absolute worldie, as I'm sure you would all agree. Beautiful, beautiful fishing, beautiful settings. What more could you want from winter? Love it. Sorted. Look at that. Service with a smile. Lovely. Cheers, man. No, I should be sweet. Oh, beautiful lasagna tonight with garlic bread, salad, chips. This is what the winter series is all about. Coming to places like this. Lovely. That was like 6th Street kill, that was. What do you mean finally got one?
You shoot in between them. Here we go, look, 3 in a row. There's no one there. No, not now. That's that out the window.
I'm looking out across the map and there's no one there.
Well, having moved swims, I think you can all agree it really cements in. You've got to be in the right place to make sure you're catching them. Even more so this time of year, you know. You're going to have pods of fish, they're going to be grouped up, they're not moving around very much. You've got to find them. You can't just drop into swims and just hope for the best that they're going to be in front of you. You've got to be on your toes, having a look around. We've been very lucky here at Mill Lodge Retreat where it's been fairly quiet. We've been given the opportunity to move if we wanted to or needed to, and that's exactly what I did. You know, we got the inclination from where Mozza was getting his bites from that there could be some held up behind this island. Originally we started off thinking we'll try and keep them in there, let them move out, thinking they'd move more than they did, and they just didn't. So after 24 hours I've got straight in here. It really emphasises the fact that if it's not happening where you are, move. Doesn't matter what time, day or night. I know it can be aggro, and I know not all the time people want to move, especially when it's cold and all this sort, but if you don't do that, and if you're not keeping your eyes on the water and working out where they are, you're not going to have the same results, or you're not going to have the desired results that ideally you want. So it's a good time as any to sort of run through the rig that I've been catching them on. Now the rig is exactly the same as I've used in previous winter series. Not much has changed, if anything at all. So we'll start down at the bottom end here. I've got a bug half tone there, and it's one of those pastel orange ones. In those tubs you get 2 colours, you get the orange and the yellows. Really lovely sort of washed out colours. So all I've done is trim that in half and just sort of taken the edges off it and just tipped it with a little bunch of maggots there, give it a bit of a natural element. I've got a size 2 wide gate there, and you might be thinking, Jesus, size 2? But trust me, when you think about it, I said this to a few guys at a show this year, if you imagine a 15mm bottom bait next to that size 2, it really doesn't feel that big. And also, you know, the carp that we're catching here are sort of low to mid doubles. It's going in their mouths no problem, and I'm getting excellent hook holds. And not only that, I lose very little of what I hook. And it's something that I've sort of implemented in the last sort of year or two. That's probably the only thing really that's changed is my hook size. Going on from there, I've got some of the Tracker Raid braided hook link there. That's like an uncoated, very supple braid. And I've just got a very small section of that onto an all bright knot, which I just dabble a little bit of putty over that. And then that's the Tracker's Fluoro link, just going up to, it's probably about 6-7 inches, sort of ideal length for me. On quick change style there, just got one of their anti-tangle sleeves onto a leg clip. That's one of the fused leg clips, that one. 4-ounce flat pair. Again, because we've got some shelves and stuff that we're fishing on, similar to like what Moz said, I don't want it rolling down the bank and everything, and I've always got loads of flat pairs in my armoury, so 4-ounce there, just to hold bottom, and a little tail rubber, and they've got a no leader bound on here. Usually I like to use like a bit of lead-free leader, but all I've done is just take that straight off, and I'm just fishing naked straight through onto that mono. So that is pretty much it. Not really anything, you know, nothing wonderful about it. It's just a very simple setup for me. It's something I take absolutely anywhere, and it's doing the do so far. So let's get that rig back out there and see if we can nab another one. Right, well, on the last morning, I've had one on first light. I'm just sitting here enjoying a coffee in my lodge, watching the sunrise, and my left hand has been getting liners for like 20 minutes. So I knew it was going to go, sure enough. Tips wrapped round, took a bit of line, and I've got a lovely little mirror on its way to the net. So let's get this one in. It'll be a nice way to round off the morning. Go on, in you go. There we go. Lovely times. What a sunrise as well. Lovely, lovely winter's morning. Oh. Well, what a lovely, lovely wake-up call this morning here at Mill Lodge Retreat. I've had such a lovely time. Barry and the team here have been absolutely mega, feeding us, keeping us well entertained, everything. Just the whole level of service here is brilliant. Make sure you get yourself booked on down here if you want to enjoy a comfy bit of winter's fishing. This is a lovely little scaly one I had on first light. I've also had another one on my left-hand rod down there as that sun was beaming down in that channel. That one, Hope Brandon, I've got another one as well. So unfortunately, Moz has had to leave us. He was up all night last night with a bit of flu, so bless him, he's on his way home. Hope he gets better soon. Make sure you subscribe to DNA's YouTube channel to make sure you stay in touch with everything that's there and everything that's coming up in the future. Thank you very much for watching. See you again soon. Well, good morning and welcome to the third episode of the 10th series of the winter series. We've dragged you out from behind the camera, haven't we, to have a little go.
We must be low on anglers. It's my first winter series. I've filmed enough of them, but it's the first time I've fished on one, so yeah.
Pressure's on, mate.
And we've turned up to a frozen lake, which is a brilliant start.
Yeah, we're at Stanic Lakes, which is sort of Cambridge, Peterborough way. Now, I've been here before. Well, we've been here before.
Yeah, I filmed you down here, didn't I?
We were on Mallard, weren't we?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Where we had a great time. Ended up bagging the lake record, but that's a previous film. Go and check it out. It's a
I thought you might mention that.
Yeah, that's it. This time we're on Swan Lake, which is literally just the other side of this causeway bank here. Got good head of fish, but as Vinny says, we have turned up to a frozen lake. Now, there's one end of the lake here that's thawed out a little bit. We've had the bailiff out, just helping just nudge a bit of that ice out of the way so we can get some rods in. But the whole rest of the lake is done, isn't it?
Yeah, so pretty much. There's basically like two swims at that end, and what is broken up down here for us. So we're not really spoilt for choice at the moment. But
no,
this area has done bites last week, so that's quite a good indication that there might be one or two still down here.
Definitely.
So
I mean, for now, we can't really pick a swim or anything properly. We're just going to go with where we can. So maybe what we do is we'll just drop in one of these swims. There's some really lovely looking snags on this end. Maybe what we do is we'll just chuck a couple of singles out.
Yeah.
When that, I mean, it's a lovely bright day today. It's probably the first sunny day we've had in a while. So hopefully this ice thaws out nice and quickly, and then we start seeing a couple of fish sort of somewhere else, and actually we can then properly set up camp. But for now, I think that's probably the only thing we can do, really.
Yeah, I think so. If we camped up now and the ice moves across the front of you, you're not fishing, so we'll probably be best let the sun do its job.
Yeah.
And it is warmer now because it was really cold when we first got here, and you can tell, you know, it's about 10 o'clock now and it's totally different, you know, the sun's up.
Yeah.
And we'll just see what happens, and we might end up staying down here, you know, if we're getting liners and we see the odd fish, then, you know.
God, you see that Robin just caught you in the chin.
Robin attacking us. He's after some food, that's what he's after.
Yeah, definitely.
So right, we'll do that, chuck a couple of rods out.
Yeah.
And just let the sun do its job.
That's it.
We're a bit in limbo, aren't we, at the moment?
We are.
So,
Although that ice is melting, it is melting very slowly.
yeah.
So we've not got a lot of water to play with. We're down this far end. There are other areas up the lake that are thawing out as well. So there's a little section in the middle of the pond, sort of halfway down this causeway bank, which means we could actually bivvy up next to each other. So I think we might look at that a little bit. We've just sort of got little chunks, haven't we, of ice that are sort of floating down this end of the lake.
This area's got bigger over the last hour, but
Yeah.
we've chucked a couple of rods out, but we're not fishing. And really, especially in the winter, you want to be properly fishing. You want to be finding your spots. You want to be accurate. We've kind of like lobbed a couple of bags out to see if we can get a liner. And the bad thing is, at the moment, we haven't had a liner, have we?
No.
So we'd probably tell you that they ain't down here, but the majority of the lake where we'd want to like try and get a liner is iced over, so we're kind of in an area where we probably it's just a bit of ice hit my line.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Where the shape that this lake is, the wind's almost being funneled down here, and I think even when that wind picks up tomorrow, that ice that's breaking is going to push down here, and I feel like this is just going to stay a lot colder.
If we get bivvied up here and all that ice shifts down, we ain't going to keep a rod in the water, are we?
No.
So,
but also, I don't know whether the fish will stay here. If that ice keeps coming down here and thawing, the temperature down here, I feel, is going to stay colder than it will further up. So, yeah, we're going to give it another hour, and I think we're going to have a little mooch around up the lake, see if we can see any signs of life in the thawed water up there.
Like middle of the lake, there's an area that's starting to clear now, isn't there? And that was a spot where the owner did say have a look at that area, because that's done bites as well, hasn't it? But this area has been doing bites, but
also from that middle of the pond, we can see everything.
Yeah,
from
that's
here,
true, yeah.
We're so covered and sheltered in, we can literally see about an acre of water, whereas there, we can see all of that in. There's a bay up there, we can see that.
And we can see Mallard Lake as well from there properly, can't we?
Yeah, we've got Mallard literally right over our shoulder, so we can look at the whole thing down there.
So if we see him in there, we could whip across and go in Mallard for a night, couldn't we? You know,
we've got that option just there, haven't we?
There's like 3 or 4 anglers on Mallard, but they're on the other side where it's ice-free. But this is clearing rapidly like this one is, so...
Yeah, hopefully this ice gives us a little bit more room to play with, and we can actually get this show on the road properly.
Yeah. Okay, so the ice has finally disappeared, and Ollie and I were just talking. Whenever we do a winter shoot, it doesn't matter what time you get to the lake, you don't end up fishing until last light. But anyway, we've moved out of that bottom corner for the simple fact that we had 3 rods out down there, and it's quite shallow in that area. We didn't get a liner, and that tells us if there's quite a lot of fish in here, and if we weren't getting any liners down there, chances are the fish weren't down there. So what we've done is we've moved back up the lake, and we've got kind of like a double swim, 2 swims together, pretty much in the center of the lake. So yeah, we haven't seen a fish, we've got nothing to go on. So what I'm gonna do is, when I'm fishing places like this, so what's happening on this lake is it's going from the margin and it's dropping off quite steady down to about 8.5, 9 foot. And then for the full width of the lake, it's doing nothing. And then on the other bank, it's doing the opposite. So it's coming back up and going back into the shallow. So what I like to do in these situations is I'm going to fish in the start of that 9 foot bit, which is kind of like a patrol route where they're coming down that ledge. So I found it on this side of the lake, which is just underneath an overhanging tree, which is a real nice little feature for me. And I've put a marker float out on the other side of the lake, just dragged it back, and actually there's a real nice bit of gravel as it drops into that 9 foot area. So I'll pop the float up. I'm going to fish bags on both rods, so a bag across there and a bag on this margin. So I'm covering the margins from both sides of the lake. Maybe 3 or 4 spods over the top, just a little bit of bug and beta stim pellet, but we'll talk about our bait a little bit more tomorrow because we're running out of light. So that's 2 rods sorted out. On my 3rd rod, I'm going to put a zig in the middle of the lake because I don't know anything about this lake. I don't know what they've been catching on. I know it's been doing 1 or 2 fish, so I'm kind of covering all angles. If one method works for me, then all 3 rods will go onto that method. So I'm going to drop a little bit of bait over the long rod, do my margin rod, and I'll just pop a zig in the middle. We'll see what tonight does for us. Okay, so all I've done is I've pre-soaked some bug boilie just to soften them up, and I've just mushed them up in the bait bucket. And all I've done to that is added a bit of beta stim pellet, the mini mix. And like I say, not going to be putting a lot of bait out there, maybe 4 or 5 spods. There's a lot of fish in here, and yeah, let's see if we can get a bite on the first night.
Right, so Vinny's got his rods out now. Now it's my turn. Now Vinny's gone for the far side over there, so I'm going to do something slightly different to cover a different bit of water. He's on the right, I'm on the left. So Vinny's got 3 different things going on his rods. I'm going to just get one little baited area, I'm going to put all 3 rods on it, so we're sort of covering different tactics then. I think Vinny's going to play around with zigs as well, so I'll leave him to that and I'll do the easy bit. I'm going to get 3 rods on the spot. Found a nice little area out there, which is sort of probably like middle of the pond, if you like. You've got some swims opposite, some swims there. It's kind of the area that you sort of feel like could be a bit of a no man's land. There's no one here at the minute, so I'm going to make the most of it. Just get probably about half a dozen spods, maybe a little bit more. I've got some of the 8 millers, a little bit of crayfish mini mix and maxi mix, bit of calanus, bit of insect meal, you know, the same as I've done everywhere else. A little bit of that over the top. Job done, really. Get a few rigs out and have some dinner because I'm absolutely starving. I'm borrowing Vinny's rod to spod with because the reel on my one is broken. I'm trying to get used to a different reel. But actually, it feels quite nice, to be fair. So far, so good. I'm impressed. There. It's left-hander. Little pony. Oh, spot on. I was sitting there sort of chilling out, and it's been probably about an hour or so since we last spoke to you. Yeah, and I've had the right hand has pulled up. Thought, oh, here we go, I've had a couple of liners. Got a bream on the end. No! Oh no.
Brimsville.
Oh, just had the rod all lovely. Now I've got to sort him out. Oh, they were so tight as well, them 3 rods. They went in lovely, and he's ruined it.
It is freezing, isn't it?
That temperature has massively dropped as well. Like, I've had to get my neck scarf out, an extra coat and all that lot, and just sort of sitting there playing on my phone. Had a coffee and that. It's bitter, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, sort him out, chuck the rod back out. Hopefully we can get the right species next time.
I've got a bream. I think it's a bream, mate.
Sweet.
So we're not breaking any records, but we have had a bite. So the middle rod, the one that's on the far margin, it was up and down and up and down, and I thought, oh no, the bream have found me. And turned out to be a little mirror, so that's a really positive sign. Obviously, as you've seen, the temperatures are really low. We turned up to a frozen lake, so to get a bite is a real bonus, and let's just hope that one of the better fish in this lake move across that spot and we can get another couple before we go. But yeah, first night bite, I'll take that. Not a massive fish, of course, but we'll take them in the winter. Okay, so we sat on the rods for another hour, went past what we thought was bite time, going on what the boys on the other lake were saying. Nothing happened. Now, I've done 2 laps of the lake, you've done a lap of the lake, and the only thing we found is back where we started.
Yeah, there's been a couple of little, although very, very faint, there's been a couple of things down here in this sort of snaggy corner that sort of make me think there might be a few carp here. I mean, it's shallower as well, isn't it, from what we found yesterday?
And the sun is warm now, and it's blazing
beating
into this corner. And like when you said that, I thought, yeah, actually, I get where you're coming from with that. You know, it's probably the warmest part of the lake right now, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got a couple rods out in the swim that we started in anyway, haven't you? I've gone sort of to the swim right in the corner. I've got one right on the snags there, which the sun's sort of pounding on. And then I've just got another one that I've just underarmed out. If they are here, I think they're going to be this side in that sunshine. The other side's still in sort of complete shade at the minute.
Because you've seen a couple of bubbles.
Yeah, there's a couple of like...
Because where the 9 foot, what I was talking about last night, that 9 foot bottom, when it hits the bank, about 2 rod lengths out, it starts to come up, and it was about on that line. Now, funnily enough, that is the point where I had my bite from last night. So maybe they are patrolling that marginal shelf, and if with the sun beaming down on it here, it may well be that this is where they want to be, which would probably explain why last night we didn't really get a lot of liners. No. You know, there's a lot of fish in here, so maybe when we came down here first, we were casting over them, mate, going to the snags, and they were sat on this you just also, don't know, don't you?
Also, Brad was out in the boat, wasn't he?
That's true,
moving the ice. Chances are the fish could have just pushed up to underneath the rest of that ice and dispersed everywhere, and now that sun's beaming down here, they've moved back in. So fingers crossed, it's worth a go, isn't it?
It's worth it for the day, definitely worth it for the day. And obviously, if we get a bite down here, then we can decide, right, are we moving back down here?
Yeah.
If nothing happens here, then we're probably better off going back where our bivvies are, aren't we? Because we did get a bite out of that swim line. I know you had bream, but, you know, at least we knew that there was fish up there.
Fish have visited the area, so albeit the wrong species for me, it's still, you know, like if the bream were willing to feed there, the carp
this is true,
you know.
Well, you know what they say, your bait's working and your rigs are working, even if it's not the species you're after. So
no, exactly. So this is as good a chance as any, isn't it? So
and it's got us a little trip out, hasn't it?
That's it. Nice sit in the sunshine. Might go back and get the kettle though.
I think we need the kettle.
Great shot.
Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, we've made the decision to move down into this snaggy area, the area where we actually started when we got here. We haven't seen a fish as such, but we've had little indications on the bobbins, little bubbles, little fizzes here, there and everywhere, just enough to make us think that there's more activity down this end of the lake than what there was in the middle where we fished last night. So we've upped sticks, we've moved down. Ollie's gone in the very corner, so the very last swim on the bank, so he'll be fishing to the snags. And then I've gone in the next swim up. Now I can get a rod onto the left-hand side of those snags, and I'm also gonna fish to a little clump of trees that are sticking out on the other bank. Now I've clipped this rod up, I've made a bag, so I'm gonna put one rod on there, one rod in the main snags, and I think I might do a little bit of a marginal thing down here. We'll have a look, but for the time being, I'm gonna get my first rod out, just a little bag. I've already clipped it up, so hopefully we can get it in first cast and get fishing in the new spot. Just a bit concerned about fishing tight to these snags. If it's really shallow, that's gravel. That's the same as up there, that's gravel. What I'm gonna do is then, I'm gonna do the same as what I did from that swim, wait till that gravel stops, and that's the end of the still bouncing. It's quite long. Still bouncing. 6, yeah. I think it shelves off a lot because it's only 6 foot there. I think I'm fishing in probably 3 foot if I go tight to them snags. It's still bouncing. Right, now it's just gone soft there, right? So that's the point where the gravel stops and it goes into the softer stuff. Now that's the spot I fished on that rod that done me a bite last night, or the same type of lake bed. Yeah, that's the same. Right, that'll do. I'll leave that float there and I'll put my right-hander on there.
Right, well this is sort of last chance now. So we're on the last night of our trip and we've decided to stay in these swims. So Vinny's got himself sorted out. I'm going to go in pretty stealthily here, I think. I've got my old baiting pole out. I've got one off the edge of the snags here, which I've sort of flicked a couple of bags to earlier. But what I have done, I think there's like an old swim or something round there. So basically on the edge of the snag that I'm sort of casting to, you can pretty much stand round there and sort of get to the back of it. So I took a little grappling lead round there. I've sort of flicked the lead around a little bit. And it is all a little bit choddy and all that. There's a bit of leaf litter and that down there as you'd expect around a snag. So I've put one on the edge of that. And the other one, I think, where we've noticed, obviously on the other side and a bit further over where we were this morning, the marginal shelf dropped off quite quickly into sort of your 9 foots. Over there it's really shallow and obviously it's a shallow end of the lake, so it doesn't really change too much. So if we go tight to those snags, we're fishing like 3 foot of water. Kind of want a bit more depth than that, so I'm just going to pole one straight out in front of me. I'm just going to put a bit more of a better bait on it, so I'm setting like sort of a bit more of a trap, because it seems to me on here, from feeling the lead around, it seems quite flat and quite uniform, the bottom. So I think really on here, sort of your bait's going to be your feature. So I'm going to put a bit more bait in this time over one rod and then sort of have the 2 traps there. So I don't know what to do with my 3rd rod yet. I'm going to sit it out with 2 rods, I think, for now. If I see something, I can just get a little mesh bag and just flick it somewhere else, or I might even just pole it into the corner. But anyway, I'm going to get the 2nd rod sorted. That one's already done. Get this one done and then get a bit of tea on, I think, because that light's fading pretty quick.
Not the best move we've ever made.
It's been a quiet night, isn't it?
You could say quiet.
Well, the thing is, we thought the fish were probably going to be here. I had a line there during the day yesterday, didn't I, in the afternoon, which was sort of more than we'd had in a while. But obviously haven't stayed here, if there were any fish here.
Maybe it was just a day thing that was down here for the day.
Could have been, it was bright, wasn't it?
Do they move about that much in winter? I don't know. I've normally found that if you find them, that's where they are.
Yeah. And I think those liners that I'd had yesterday, or the night before, were probably bream. And I think you've picked that one fish off,
yeah,
but nothing else materialised after that.
Yeah, the thing is, I caught that fish quite early in the evening, didn't I?
Yeah,
and then I moved another rod onto that spot, so I put 2 rods on that spot, and they didn't do anything. No. So if that was a pod, you would assume something would have happened on them rods.
You'd think that you'd get another bite at least later on that night or in the morning.
Man, small lake syndrome, where are they?
Yeah.
Because them boys at the top end of the lake didn't catch either.
No, they've had nothing.
There was 4 guys in that bowl at the top yesterday.
Yeah.
2 left, and then the other 2 went this morning. They didn't catch, because I saw them when I went to the toilet.
No. The lads on Mallard haven't had anything either. They're all blanking. So even to move on to there, I don't think would have been.
No, mate, no. See, Mallard's got less fish. You would need. If we was going to fish Mallard, we should have started on there.
Yeah.
You know, we opted for this one because it was. Well, I mean, that was completely frozen, whereas this had a little bit of wobbly water.
Yeah.
So we didn't really have too much options when we got here. I don't think we've done a lot wrong though, mate, because...
No, I think it's just, you think how cold that water is. It's been like this for like 3 weeks, and it takes the slightest frost like it did yesterday morning and it refreezes.
Yeah.
There's not, you can't do it.
Yeah, because it wasn't like -5, was it? It was -2.
Yeah.
And that froze the lake. Normally, it would take a few days of -2 to freeze the lake.
Well, you think the rest of the place, there was a small frost, wasn't there, on the unhooking mat? It wasn't, it was just general winter's morning.
But it was enough to freeze pretty much 80% of the lake yesterday, wasn't it? So.
But we've kept our eyes peeled the whole time we've been here. Absolutely. Not one fish has shown.
Yeah.
I was up and down in the night.
3 laps of the lake.
Yeah, exactly. And we've not seen anything. There's no bubblers. There's nothing.
Not a bubble, not one. I've been looking in all the little nooks and crannies thinking, oh, is there a pod underneath this tree? And, climbing trees with my Polaroids and...
Yeah, we've not seen a fish.
Sometimes you just have to accept defeat. But what we are going to do is... The swims that we started on is on the way out, because we're at the far end of the lake now. So we've made the valiant decision to stick the rods out there for a few hours this morning.
Yeah, even if we make our way back towards the van, just flicking some bags out.
Just in case, that's about all we can do.
Yeah.
It's beating us up, mate.
On a venue where you wouldn't think it would beat you up. Well, let's get this gear packed up.
Yes,
I think we'll shift the barrows up there.
Yeah.
And we'll grab the rod, come back, grab the rods, and we'll just have a little
Yes.
look around. Maybe we'll go out there and have a look and see what we think, and then just see if there's anywhere we
Yeah.
think it's worth flicking a rig to.
It's about all we can do at this stage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, let's do that.
Cool. Okay, mate.
We've kind of come to the only area that we haven't been to or that we know about. So the car parks when were all taken yesterday.
Yeah.
They didn't catch. We didn't have anything from the middle other than my one.
No.
We can't really. Well, we're counting it, but it's not like we're on a pod.
No, exactly.
We went down
I'm getting attacked by a tree here. Hang on.
We went down the bottom end last night, went on a hunch that the fish might be in there.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. So this is kind of the only area that we haven't been in.
Exactly. And it's
So-
not a million miles off of where you had your one, is it?
No,
So
it was kind of like I was fishing to this
from-
tree.
Yeah, you were
down
sort of
the
somewhere
margin,
here.
wasn't I? Yeah.
And then last night you've had a rod on the snag that's that side.
Yeah, that's right.
So
yeah.
we've now got a big snag that's this side that's kind
Yeah.
of two trees pointing at each other.
So you've got one side of it, I've got the other side of it. We'll just put
Yeah.
a couple of rods on it, and
But when you look into it with the Polaroids, like all of these margins, you can see the bottom in like
Yeah.
two, and it slopes off at like 2.5 foot. When you go in there, they're all like cratered out.
yeah,
So you've got a good
They're
like
boiling it
5-6
out of the
foot
way, yeah.
inside it.
yeah, I've noticed it in a few places. They've been burrowing in the margins,
Yeah.
haven't they? Boiling it all out. So
They must get in close.
they've got to be somewhere, mate. I just feel as though we've been chasing them around since we got here.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, putting those rigs in, the ones that we've lowered in close in, you get like a good bit of depth down there as well. Like,
Yeah.
although it's winter, you'd assume they're going to be somewhere out in the pond somewhere. That, like, quite often, if you've got a deep hole somewhere close in, you can find them close, like in the margins.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, one of these
well, we
rods
deserve
rattles
one for the effort we've put in, mate. We've been up and
Oh,
down.
yeah,
all
just a
for
bit.
48 we had stopped. I'm absolutely beat. So,
off. Well, yeah, fingers crossed, mate. We can just bag one
oh,
before we
wouldn't it
go
be
and
nice to
sort of
just
save
nick
it.
one? I don't care how big it is.
No.
Just to
just
nick
nice
a
to get a
bite.
bite, innit?
Nobody's had one on complex apart from us.
No.
So it'd be really nice just to nick one before we go. And make all the effort worthwhile, I suppose, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's keep our fingers crossed.
Well, this bite goes to show you should never give up. Because like we said earlier, we've been all over this lake and this is the only area that we haven't been to. Now, again, he's not a massive fish, but given the conditions we've had, we'll take him. A middle rod just off that tree. Just swung a little bag in there. A little bit of crushed up bug. A little bit of beat stem pellet. And the good old PB wafters has done me a bite. This is a little common actually. Oh, it's a Mate, we've worked for that one. We have worked for that one. Oh. But that many twitches off them two rods that are in that tree, and I'm thinking, what are they doing? Why ain't they picking it up? And yeah, suddenly it flew into life, and I thought it was a liner because it dropped back down, then it went, and I thought, oh, he's on. Oh, mate, we've got a bite. Well, we've worked really hard on this lake for the past couple of days and it hasn't really gone our way. As you've seen, we've been moving around, trying to find them, doing all the things you do in winter, and we haven't got through to any of the better fish. Obviously, I've had this bite on the middle rod and he is one of the smaller ones, unfortunately. I don't even think he's 10 pound. What can I say? you know, it's getting bites, and that's what winter fishing's all about sometimes, you know. When the fish aren't feeding and you're really scratching, you know, you just have to take this as probably a win, I suppose. There's better fish in this lake, of course, but where they are, we don't know. We've scoured the lake for 2 days, we can't find them. All we've found is odd bits and bobs here, there and everywhere, and even when we do find them, they've been really tricky to catch. You know, this rod's been linering for about 3 hours before it finally went, so I don't know, is there another bite in it? I hope so. We're certainly on a little group of fish, so let's hope we can nick a better fish before we get off, but we've only got a couple of hours left.
Well, I tell you what, it is right at the very depth now. We're literally just about to wind these rods in and call it a day. I mean, you can't say we haven't tried, can you? We've pretty much done everything we can.
We've done everything we can do, and just...
I suppose the thing to take away from this trip is, though, although we've not caught numbers of carp, we've not caught decent sized carp, you got to remember that this lake was frozen 24 hours ago. When we turned up, 3/4 of the lake was frozen solid.
That's true.
We've then got rods out. You've managed to nick a couple now in those conditions. All it takes now, this water's been so cold for about 3 weeks now, the slightest frost, it freezes over again. And I think to get a couple of bites in amongst that, there's, you know, that's the positive to take from that, is we've managed to still make something happen. Yes, as us anglers, we all want to catch big uns, don't we? We all want to catch 20s every time. I mean, we all want to catch a load every time.
It's funny, you had your Polaroids in between them snags a minute ago, and you've seen better fish in there, you know, but...
Yeah. I feel like these snags probably get fished quite a lot, because you can stand almost in between the two sunken trees, and you can see like the back, like, you know, some dark shapes of fish moving through, but they obviously know they're safe in there. You know, we've got 2 rods either side of it.
On lakes like this, you have to catch a few to get through to the better fish, and we just haven't. We've been scratching, haven't we? You know,
we've had a few bream, we've had a couple of carp, but you know, it's
been fun.
It has. We've had a great time.
Yeah, we've had a good time. It's been good coming back here. You know, if you think about the last time we was here, you actually
it's almost
absolutely annihilated the place, didn't you?
Well,
I mean, you caught everything in the lake pretty much.
It's just funny how it changes, isn't it? The weather plays such a big part in our fishing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And their behaviour and everything. And
but even in close to unfishable conditions, which it pretty much was when we still managed to get a couple of bites.
You know, a lot of people that turn up probably would have just turned around and gone back home.
Yeah, and that's the essence of the winter series, isn't it? You know, we're out here trying. Yeah, we wanted to catch 25-pound fish, which is probably the better fish that are in this lake, but it hasn't happened. But that's the winter series. That's why we do it. You know, we're showing you warts and all fishing, and sometimes, you know, you catch 2. Scraper, are you giving me a double for that second one?
I'll give you a double.
I think the first one was a double.
Feeling generous.
I don't think that one was, but I think we're going to call it now.
Yeah, I think it's worth a shout. You know, with time's getting on now, it's near the end of the day. We've got long drives home.
Yeah, that's true.
Get yourself prepped for the next episode.
Yeah, which is happening on Sunday. So keep tuned. Keep subscribing to the DNA channel. We're out again next week with Moz and Bart. So. Yeah, I've got a load of northern abuse there, haven't I?
That's it, yep, good luck with that
Mimicking my accent and all that, so I'm right looking forward to that. And that's about a 5-hour drive for me, that one, because we're going down to Elphick for that one, so...
There's a lot of big uns down there, so...
Yeah, there is a lot of big uns down there, so... And the weather is going to turn tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah. You know, we've got horrible conditions.
You couldn't have timed this trip any worse.
We got this the worst.
We've literally gone here when it's minus temperatures and we've taken a big plummet, and tomorrow it goes up to 13 degrees during the day,
coming in,
9 degrees at night. Southwesterlies pushing in. So
but we caught them when it was tough.
Yeah, that's it. We wait till it's iced over and still caught them.
Welcome to the last instalment of this horrendous winter series. Well, it's been, how many times, you've got away with it all this series. Have you even been out yet?
No, mate.
How's that happened?
Picks the best one, doesn't he?
Unbelievable. How have you missed all the... You haven't, you?
Right,
Unbelievable. Yeah, so welcome to the very last of the winter series. I've strung this one along with me. Some may know him, some may not. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, hello. I'm Marcus Meridius, captain of the Carpus Army.
So where are we at, Bart? Come on, tell the peoples.
We are at a very local to me, Elphick's Fishery, which is only about 2 million hours from my house.
No, I think mine was near a 5-hour journey. Vinny's was a 5-hour journey. What was it? Half hour for you?
Yeah, 3.5.
3.5, yeah, a bit of a
Short
mission.
straw for me.
But a mission well worth it because it's a good chance of getting a few from here. So obviously with this series, we've been going back to the places that we fished in the past. We've done one here with Perry and myself, another one with Perry and Ian McMillan.
Perry smacked you up every time he's been.
He didn't actually. No, he didn't.
Perry's
Look, if you
the
go
Elphick's
back,
master.
you'll see that Perry actually blanked when we were on Pullens and I called. Shush. So, and where else? We've been on the North Lake as well. I smacked Perry up then as well when he blanked. Thank you very much. Actually, Perry has blanked, I think. Perry's like the Elphick's master. He always catches loads from here. And every time he's been out, I think he's blanked, which has been hilarious.
So you've cursed him, basically.
Basically, yeah. The
Right.
camera's cursed
Got
him,
ya.
or the winter series cursed him, whatever you want to call it. So this time round, we are fishing Priary Lake. So this isn't actually one we fished in the past, but it's obviously on the same complex of lakes. How many lakes are here?
7?
Is it 7?
7?
Something like that. Yeah.
I haven't fished here for ages. I used to fish the British Championships here. Used to love it. We used to fish on the North Lake, and like some weekends you could catch like 20 or 30 fish that were all over like 20 pounds. It was like,
Wasn't that Jonah
idiots.
about then? Was it Jonah? What was a big one?
yeah, like nearly
It's a
60
huge
pound.
thing.
That was like
yeah,
years ago.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it was called the Pig. I think.
Was it? I
Yeah,
thought it was
it's
called
massive.
Jonah. Well, I remember seeing a picture of it at a show. Anyway,
Yeah.
there used to be a
It was
giant
big.
in there. Yeah.
And yeah, it was wicked. Always wicked fishing. Yeah, the lads that run the place as well. It's a spotless fishery. It's really well run, and there's an incredible amount of big fish across the complex, isn't there?
Yeah. Because I believe when we fished on Pullens here, this only had sort of like 20-pounders in. Whereas I think there's 240s swimming around in here, and God knows how many 30s.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of 30-pounders. There's
Because it's not the biggest lake in the world, this one, is it? It's quite small. Like all the others are in between, like the other sort of big fish waters, if you want to call them that.
this is sort of like in between it, isn't it? But yeah, it's looking all right.
Well, the weather's a bit better for it this time round, definitely. It's the best weather that we've had.
Have you seen the weather?
No, I haven't.
7 o'clock tonight, absolutely tonking it down.
Great. Yeah, but the temperature's staying up though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So as long as the temperature stays up, that's all that I care about, because it's been freezing this winter series. And yeah, we've had a bit of a struggle out. We actually went to Norton Disney, and that was a bit of a struggle, massive struggle at Norton Disney, unfortunately. But then we went to Mill Lodge Retreat, really good with Ollie. And then Vinny's been out since. He's been to Stanic, which, yeah, that should be out by now. And now the very last one, which means spring's around the corner.
Yep.
3 days.
Daffodils aren't out yet.
Yeah, there's a few snowdrops about. I see a few snowdrops here, there and everywhere in my travels. So yeah, spring is coming, which is ideal. I'm looking forward to it, definitely. And looking forward to this trip, but not looking forward to fishing with you.
Feelings mutual. No, hopefully we get a few. I mean, hopefully I get more than you, but
Yeah. Well, Bart's already sheeped me up. He was here on the gates at 7 a.m. this morning.
giving it
So,
Tony try hard.
Yeah. You've not had anything yet though, have you?
I had a couple of loners.
Right, you've already poached the swim, and yeah, I'm just gonna slot in somewhere, I guess.
Yes.
Hey, Bart.
So, loving life.
Right.
We actually haven't got that long before it gets dark.
I know, painful. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get my kit up, get some rods in the pond before it gets dark.
Unload your equipment.
Yes.
I'm more or less ready to go. I'm going to get some fresh baits up together, and yeah, have a bit of a think about what I'm going to do, how I'm going to fish tonight.
Cool. Right,
Yeah,
I'm getting
let's
my
do
kit
it.
out.
getting the rods out now, and it's a fairly obvious spot, to be honest. It's like there's like a little cove in the back of the island, so I'm just going to clip it up into the back of there. It does plenty of fish areas like that, so I'm going to get this rod clipped up nice and tight up against the island, and then put a little elastic marker on so I can get the rod back out if I get a bite during the night. That was the island there, boy. I'll have another go at that, Vin. I'm going to plop a little short hook length on this. I have got slightly technical. Normally I would have fished a solid bag up against there, a lovely little bag of mini crayfish pellets. However, somebody, not naming anybody in particular, left their solid bag bucket at home. So I think I'll be using mesh bags this session, just to putting that out there. Yeah, so it will be a little mesh bag, a little bit of insect meal, a few micros, up against that island.
Barrier.
The second rod, which will be my middle rod at the minute, I'm going to start just off of that island's a little bit shallower, so I'm just going to fish it at the bottom of the slope. It's a bit deeper, like when you go in the cove you get a drop right tight to the island, whereas when you come along to the spit of the island, right off the tip and just sort of off the reeds, you don't really get a drop, and then you can sort of feel the lead tumble down the bottom of the shelf. So I'm not going to fish right up on the top of it, I'm going to just fish like off the tip of it, down the bottom of the slope, just a bit of a sort of interception point really there. And then I've just got to figure out what I'm going to do with my third rod, and I'm undecided whether do something a little bit different, like maybe tuck one down the edge where not many people would fish, because I feel like those two rods are quite blatant. You know, a lot of people, if you were coming in here, probably just put it down there where that fish is. I've literally just seen a fish about 3 yards out from the bank, so I'd imagine that's where I'll be putting a rod. That rod on the tip of the island has gone already. All of about 10 minutes. Yeah, that little bit of PB pop up, a little stinky bag of mini crayfish mix that I'd soaked in some bug liquid, in some bug food liquid. And what I do is I put it in a container, and overnight they just soak it in. The pellets go soft but they stay whole. You just got that little bag of attraction. And sometimes little lakes like this, that's all you need. You prop it in the right place, you just got to sort of entice the bite. And we're into our first prairie carp, but more importantly, one more than Mozza. That's the smallest fish in the lake. Well, true to form, I've managed to avoid the however many 30s. That's ended my streak. I've been having such a good roll. Oh man, there's loads of big fish in here as well. Now I reckon I could swing that. Mars! I got to get it out. Well, there you go. Clearly a little stocky. They did do a netting a few weeks ago, just after Christmas. So maybe they put a couple of these in. I don't know. This is obviously quite a fresh looking fish. A couple of scales missing there, so could well be a recent stocking. A lot of that goes on this time of year. Nice clean fish and nice to get off the mark there. Lovely. So how are you getting on?
Well, I think I'm doing better than you.
You probably asked me that.
Well, in typical Bart fashion, you're good for a £10 common.
I have.
And it's gone the other side of £10 and not the right side this time.
I've excelled myself, I think.
You have excelled yourself.
I've had a great autumn and winter catching loads of big fish, and I've basically just like driven off a cliff.
What's happened?
I've had 4.
Yeah, cool. Nice,
Yeah,
4
yeah.
bites. Considering what, there's 60 30s in here or something like that?
Yeah,
A
like-
couple of 40s.
Yeah, £12.
What, the first one was £12?
No, I've had 4 for £12.
How is that possible?
I don't know, it's just...
You're getting bites though, at the very least. Maybe,
Yeah.
you know. Well, I'm just holding out
Like,
for the
but-
big one, obviously.
Like when we've walked around, like no one mentioned these little fish, but whether it's just because I'm fishing like tight to the reeds and they're just in the reeds, like a couple of little self-spawners or something, maybe it's just my pure accuracy. Like
Yeah, keep bigging it up, mate.
I got a little, it could be like Luke Littler, but
Right.
catching a
Luke Littland.
Luke Littlands.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there, but there are, like, Ollie fished here the other day where we're fishing, and had a great big common, like £38 or something, stupid like that. Had a couple of 30s. Yeah, so I'm doing well to avoid the big ones at the moment.
Well done, Bart.
Yeah, performing well.
Well done.
You're sitting it out for a big
I'm
one.
just sitting it out for a big one. Yeah, one bite would do me.
Yeah.
And it'd be from a big one.
But no, we're getting a couple of liners, so yeah.
Couple of
Fingers
roach.
crossed. Couple of
Roach
roach.
loaders. How
Yeah.
big are they?
Roach. Yeah, well, I plumbed up from.
Of course you did. Oh dear, yeah, but unfortunately quiet night for myself. Yeah, I had a bit of a rechuck this morning. Gonna have another rechuck in a minute, because I think that's the best way to fish this place, is just to keep sort of rechucking until you find that pod.
Those fish that I've caught have come sort of within 10 minutes of recasting.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just straight on it.
Yeah, I think that's the case. Yeah, I'm going to have a rechuck now. Well, I was hoping the rain was going to stop, but it's just started again. Painful. It's been raining the whole time since we've been here as well, and this is the only window we've had where it's not been raining.
Oh, last night was savage.
It's unreal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How that bivvy never blew away, because I only put like 4 pegs in it.
Proper, it just beat it down, and it was like right in my. I set my bivvy up thinking, oh, the wind's going to be let off me, so if it rains, I could leave the door open. But no.
Yeah, well, I left
Straight
my
in.
door open, everything's soaking, so that is what it is, isn't it? That's the winter series for you, eh?
Yep.
Right, I'm going to have a rechuck as soon as this rain stops and catch a big one. You keep doing what you're doing.
Sweet, mate. I'm going to get some bags ready.
Get out of the way. Hey, finally we're in. I just had a liner on this left-hand rod, and about 10 minutes before that I saw a good un show out by these reeds. So I was just about to reach up the method feeder, and yeah, left-handers bursted into life, thank God. I've just been regularly chucking little mesh bags of 8mm switchies out there. It's done the do. Now, the reasons why I'm using 8mm switch is because I remember Tong doing really well on pull-ins when we were here, just using 8mm switch. So, hence why I thought I'd bring them this trip. Right, it's down in the edge here. And yeah, nice to get a bite, definitely. Like, me and Bart sort of been sat here thinking, why hasn't it happened yet? And yeah, finally has, thank God. It's a bit bigger, I think. There he is. Oh, Heather the lever. Come on in, you. Come on in, you. Hey, we got one. Nice. Probably as big as all four of Bart's, that is. Get in there. That's all right. Great, now I've got no net. He's got, mate, I'm worried of him swimming out of there. But can you bring your net up and come and help us with this? I need to go under that rod. Cheers, mate. Yeah, just let it go slack, Bart. Okay, right, we've got a bit of swim carnage on the go here, and yeah, the middle rod's busted off this time, which was, you know, getting bites tight to the island since his sun's come out. Bart's let me other rod go mega slack, and now I've just keep picking it up, which is painful. Yeah, so yeah, we've got a bit of carnage here. Just as we were sorting out that first bite, just as I collapsed the net and put him into the sling, the middle one busted off, so Bart's coming to me rescue, which is the only time you'll ever hear me say that. Hey, Bart. You what? Just. Oh, you did show me how to get that fish out of the weed, didn't you? I don't know if this is a better one. Is this a better one or not? I don't know. I don't know if he's just proper rowdy. Oh, he's scaly, you. So scaly, he might even be a common. Yeah, just get out the way, Bart. He's always in the way, anything. Are you gonna net it for me, Bartlett? Go on then, Bartlett. Yeah, that's it. Hey.
Jesus, Bart. Yeah, give me a chance to get the camera on it, man. Jesus.
It just comes wading. The matchman in him just comes wading. Oh, the proper matchman's there. DNA chaos. Hey, he's all right.
Off into Bart's swim.
He's going off into Bart's swim. I like the way he tied that down for me, eh?
Yeah, he's done a right good job.
He has done a good job.
It only took him 10 minutes to get them.
Oh, I know. Well done, Bart. And then he... You're not happy with Bart, are you, at the minute, Ben?
He's not helping me.
He's not helped you at all, has he?
No, mate, no.
Oh yeah, he's a 20. It's £24, you. Well, there we go. Said I was going to hold out for a big one. £24. And yeah, probably a bigger than all four of the ones Bart's had, which makes me very, very happy. But no, real cool to be getting bites now, because we've had another one that we've just netted, which looks a little bit bigger than this one as well. So yeah, milky malt, hook baits, cluster of maggots on top, and little switch 8 millers in the PVA bags, which was a good bait. You know, it was a winner for Tong back in the day. We'll talk about that a little bit more later in detail, but yeah, look at that, big old tail on him as well. That is a lovely carp. Nice. Right, let's get this one back and let's go and have a look at the common we've just landed. Wicked. Angry. Oh. Hey. He's not as big as we thought. 27. Big wrister. That will do, definitely. 27 pounder, proper chunky one, looks like Bart. Absolutely awesome. Ah, nice to be getting a couple of bites today. I had a little tactical change from what I was doing yesterday on 2 of the rods, and it's been them 2 that have gone as well, so well worth the effort with them. I've just kept re-chucking them really every hour or so, and it looks like the fish have moved in on us, so I'm going to capitalise on that, get the rods refreshed, get them bung back out there, but first off, put this one back, of course. But yeah, absolutely awesome. Ah, lovely to be getting bites, especially when it's so cold still. But that will definitely do, won't it? 27 pounds of Priary Lake beauty. Wicked. 30 pounder next. Cheers, me dears. Go on, Ed. You can go. Lovely jubbly. Whee. Proper kick off. Wicked. Fucking good in that.
That's got 2 pounder written all over it. I picked me a rod up now. As for me, I'm on my 5th.
5th bite. Is this a better one?
This will take me into. I know I'm already into double figures, aren't I?
What do you mean?
Well, I got 4 for 12 pound at the minute.
4 for 12 pound, yeah. It's got to be a 20 this, isn't it? 30? 40?
40.
Insane.
I don't know. I'm quite proud actually, the way I've avoided those big ones.
Yeah, I know. You've done well to avoid them big ones.
Looking back at it though, I've changed my rig a bit now. I've put a bit like a slightly bigger bait on and a bigger hook.
Right.
And like that rig that I had on, if you were ever going to catch like a little one, it was going to be on that.
Match fishing, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Is this the one you just reach up?
Yeah.
In my peg? Yeah.
Nah, bruv. Before this, my last 22 fish were all over 30 pounds. Here's my biggest contribution so far. He's not massive, probably 12 or 13 pounds. However, getting a bit bigger for me. Moz has had 2 lovely 20 pounders now. And there are some really big fish in this lake, so hopefully that next bite could be the one. He's got a little sore on his nose, and it looks like from where they've done a recent netting, it looks like the seine net's just rubbed on his nose a little bit, so I'll treat that before he goes back. But yeah, having a nice bit of fishing now. Lovely. Pineapple. Ooh, look at that. Well, now the sun's out, I can actually get my chair out and sit outside without the odd shower getting me drenched. I thought it'd be a good opportunity just to show you and talk to you about sort of how I'm fishing. And this sort of fishing, like when you're fishing up to little islands and sort of, this is a relatively small lake. You know, it sees a lot of fishing a lot of the time. There's a lot of bait going in. But one thing I have found, especially when you've got like a reedy island, is that is your feature, and you don't necessarily need to pile in loads of bait up against a feature. The fish are there because of the feature, and you just need to present to them to get a bite. And some ways of doing that is a little stinky bag. Because it was due to rain, I thought I'll fish with a mesh bag. I know I sort of made a joke about leaving me solid bag bucket at home, but I did actually want to fish like this and not with solid bags. And the reason why is that you can tie all the bags up in the bucket nice and dry. Obviously fishing with solid bags in the rain would have been quite messy. And you can get your hook link and you can just nick it on. You can fold your hook link over, and what I do then is just twist that over and onto the bag. It's easier when the rig's actually on your lead setup. And then you can see that hangs on there. So it's really nice and simple. So in the bag, I've got some dampened off insect meal, and I've dampened that off with a little bit of SLK food liquid. And then I've also got some mini crayfish mix in there, and I soaked those, or just put a little bit of SLK food liquid and a little bit of water mixed in. Because as carp anglers, we like to put a lot of our liquids on our dry bait. But with pellets, they don't, if you only put a little bit with them, they actually draw into the pellet. So then you've got a sort of a better working attraction when it's on the bottom. And I've also got a little bit of krill meal, and that's just to give it like a bit of an active element. So like that'll sort of like ping off, and I'm not sure if that's the reason why that we've had a couple of sort of quick bites. Both me and Mozza have caught quite soon after recasting. So whether that little active ingredient has just helped those fish to hone in on the hook bait a little bit quicker maybe. And then on the hook bait, I have actually tried sort of 3 or 4 different hook baits at the moment. I've tried little PB pop-ups that sank with the weight of the hook with a few maggots on the top, also pink perils, and I've also tried a little bit of an SLK food wafter with a little pink topper on as well, and I've had bites on all of them now. So I think it's just definitely a little bit of colour, a little bit of smell, and a nice stinky bag is definitely the presentation that they're looking for. Yeah, nice and easy. And you just clip that. I'm just clipping that straight onto an inline lead that I've clipped up when I chucked it out to the island. Couldn't be any simpler, but mega effective.
Little look at the tactics that I'm using then. Now I've got 2 out at the minute on these little bags of joy here, which are little 8mm switches. And rig wise, I'm using a soft braid hook link with a 10mm milky malt on top, and all I'm basically doing is just hooking that into the bag and then doing the little Bart trick where you sort of fold. So if you imagine, you can see it there, where you just fold that hook link over round the knot on itself, and then as you'll see, it looks nice and pretty like so. Now reasons for me using this is sort of we're back end of winter now, and these lakes get hammered by maggots throughout most of the winter. And I remember we were here at a similar time when I filmed Tong and Perry on pullens, and that's exactly what Tong was using on that shoot, little mesh bags of 8mm switch. And he absolutely battered it. He had a really good set. I think he had a 40 pounder that trip, a 38, a couple of 20s. And sort of like, I remembered that thinking, like, if I come back here, back end of winter, when, these lakes have been hammered on maggots throughout the whole of winter, I think something like that, which is different from what most people are chucking out, is, something well worth having in your armoury and trying out. And like I say, for this session, that's what's caught me too. So yeah, little tactical change from yesterday, because yesterday I just put D-rigs out with some PBs on and a little cluster of maggots on each one, and very quiet night, didn't have anything. And then I thought, do you know what, I remembered what Tong did over on pullens. I thought I'd give that a little try, and we've had 2 bites off of it. So yeah, nice, easy and simple. You can obviously make a few of these little mesh bags up with these little 8mm switching. And then on the other rod, again, doing something a little bit different. Me and Bart had a conversation before we come here, and he mentioned using the little method feeders. I was like, oh, I haven't used a method feeder in absolutely years. And our insect meal is the perfect method feeder ground bait for moulding around an actual method feeder itself. So I thought, you know, I'll have a little go on that. So I've just been pinging that about the swim as well. And all I've simply done with that is use some of the brand new red shrimp liquid, which is that lovely stuff there. Did really well on this at Hawcott last week? Maybe 2 weeks ago it was. Horrendous weather, put loads of that in, and yeah, I managed a few bites out of there, which was pretty cool. And yeah, just basically pouring that over the insect meal, that acts as a binder, and then it's just, like I say, the perfect sort of ground bait for chucking out method feeders. So yeah, another little something that's a little bit different, and yeah, something well worth a try.
Well, it's been raining a bit through the night. I have managed a couple of fish, and now it is easing off a bit as the light's coming up, which is good. And this one's a little nice common. I got one in that net there, so I'm gonna have to do a bit of jiggery pokery here in a minute. Just like that. Yeah, so it's been a busy night. In the rain, there's a chunky little monkey. Oh, pink peril for the win. Come on. Yeah, caught a few fish. Knackered. Soaked as well. But nonetheless, I'm going to get this one unhooked and flick the kettle on. The rain's eased off a bit, and yeah, hopefully by the time I have a cup of tea, you'll be able to see what we're doing. Had a right little turnaround for the books. This 29 ghosty being the biggest of a little flurry of 4 fish. It's been worth getting an absolute soaking for. But yeah, I've had a nice sort of mid 20 common and a low 20 mirror and a little pasty as well. But this one's the biggest one so far. Yeah, it was worth. I had 2 rods fishing up against the island where I caught the fish from, and then my 3rd rod I was a bit like, oh, what am I going to do with it? So I was watching, I seen a few bubbles just short down to my right. I just flicked a little bag on it, got a few liners straight away, and it done me 4 fish in a few hours fishing, which is absolutely great. But I'm going to get this one back, and we've only got an hour or so of our session left now, so we'll see how it pans out, see if we get any more. and that rain is just starting to hammer down again. So let's get this one back. So then,
I had a couple of plucks in the night, as you would call them, or nudges.
nudges? Any
Couple
nudges?
of nudges, and you had
I had 4 big nudges.
4 big nudges. You did.
So yeah, no, it was all right. I had a nice little spell.
Yeah,
this morning.
Yeah, very nice.
It's weird though, because like where we've caught those fish up against that island, you know, you've caught your fish there. I've caught my, you know, my fish, my big uns all yesterday. I caught them there. And then like last night, I didn't really have anywhere for the third rod, and I was just sat there like, and just noticed a little bit of bubbling, not like fizzing, but just like the odd little bubble. And I was like, So I thought, sod it, I'm going to put a rod there. And it was like off to the right, just not seeing any fish there or anything, other than that few little bubbles.
Yeah.
And yeah, it
4
just
bites later.
yeah, it went
Very
ages
nice.
without nothing, and then I just caught 4 fish on it. It's just
very
like,
nice. Well done.
and the other rods haven't done a bite.
Well, we got a couple more hours left. A bit of a slow pack down. Maybe a breakfast at the cafe, celebration
I don't know
area.
about you, but whilst we got this blue sky, it's done nothing but rain. Whilst this
Not-
blue sky's in, mate,
Yeah, I know, it's not meant to rain anymore, but
It'll
you
be
never
a-
know, do you?
a fast slow pack down.
Fast, slow pack down.
Fast slow pack down.
Turn straight.
High revving Kevin.
So yeah. Well done, Barton, your bites.
Yeah, I had a
Nice you could...
nice ghosty. He was angry.
Was he?
was
How big was he?
29 and 4.
29 and 4.
Yeah, no, he's a nice one. He was a long, lean fighting machine.
Oh, nice. Well done. Well done. Good
yeah.
skills.
Decent. This winter has been the 10th anniversary for the winter series, and it's been a tough winter, hasn't it?
If you would know, you've managed to avoid
Mate,
them all, mate.
hold on a minute. I've been out lifting up 40-pounders in the
Yeah, I
ice.
know you have. Unbelievable. Sheep and Kev up, I've heard.
Yeah, standard. But no,
It has been tough. It has been tough, even though I've been the one that's been out on all of them. You've been at home,
it's been tough for the
lorded
cameraman.
it up.
It's been tough for the cameraman.
Been tough for the cameraman. It's always tough for the cameraman. But no, it is always a tough series, of course. But this year has been really hard, to be honest. But you know, as with the winter series, we've managed to pull another series out the bag. We've gone back, obviously, to the places that we've been to in the past. I would like to say I'm looking forward to next year, but I'm not.
Well, next year is all the winter series. So coming into this winter, will all be luxury log cabins,
Yes.
personal chefs,
Yeah. Hot tubs.
hot tubs,
and,
cold beer.
yeah, perhaps now I am
Yeah.
looking forward to it. So
Yeah.
we'll see you on the next winter series. That's the end of that then.
That's us done. Breakfast and
Breakfast and motorway.
me on.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, well, it's been lovely for everyone that's obviously viewed this 10th anniversary. We've had loads of wicked feedback from everyone as well. It hasn't been enjoyable filming it for Vinny, but it's been enjoyable fishing it for us, obviously. And Bonesy caught his first ever carp in 10 years of the winter series as well. So we'll have to earmark that one. Another 10 years time and he might get another, I guess. What was the next shoot, Vinny? Remind me.
Norton Disney.
Norton Disney, which never went out. Yeah, that was a struggle, that wasn't it? That was a real struggle, yeah. Chose the wrong venue there, I feel, because it was such a deep pond. They just shut up shop there and all the other lakes on the complex was frozen. So yeah, there wasn't really an option there. That one never went out, didn't catch anything, really tough. For me and James Anderson, that was. Then following on from that, Stanic.
Mill Lodge.
Of course it was, Mill Lodge, yes.
had
You
a few
missed
there.
out on that one. That would have been a bit of you, that, in the cabins. Oof. It's lovely. Central
I saw
heating,
Ollie
dinner
showed you how to
brought
catch a
round
few
every
there.
day. No, I showed Ollie how to catch them there. Yeah.
Debatable.
Well, I was the one that caught first. He had to come and shoot me up, so I showed him that time round. But then I got ill, which was horrible, and I had to leave the shoot in the morning. It was just had the lurgy that everyone's had, seems, this winter. And then Stanic after that, cold one.
Did you go on that one?
I didn't go on that one. No, I was out.
Wimp, too cold, wasn't it, for you?
No, well, no, I was out fishing in Peterborough, I'll have you know.
You didn't have your bivvy eater by then.
I still had the bivvy eater, I'll have you know. I didn't have it on full bore that trip because I was moving around a lot, but I can't talk about that. And then here with your joyful self, Bart.
Yeah, the best. Save the best till last.
Yeah, something like that.
But on a whole, if you
You've
take...
loved it.
No, but like on a whole, across the whole 10 years of the winter series, like, God, we've had some mega fishing, haven't we?
We have had some mega fishing, yeah, it's been good.
Mega fishing, mega places.
I remember that orchid trip like it was yesterday. Was that one of the first that we did? Was that one of the first
that
we
was a
went
while-
out?
that was a while
It was
ago.
good, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
good, good trip.
But yeah, gee whiz, Carl, yeah, we've caught some carp in the cold.
We have.
So it just goes to show that keep the faith and keep, sort of just keep getting out there and doing it. There's some carp to be caught in the winter, and hopefully, sort of along the way, that this series has put something into your own fishing and caught you a few carp. Certainly improved your fishing.
Well, on that note, thanks for watching the 10th anniversary of the winter series, and we will see you next year for start of winter series 11. You're coming on all of them.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Every one of them. Oh yeah, the luxury cabins.
luxury
yeah, of
episodes.
course you're coming on all of them. Thanks everyone, cheers for watching, and we'll see you at winter series 11.